Hello, I just had an incredible opportunity to look inside and heal a wound that's been holding on to me for a few years now, and there was a message that came with it that I really wanted to express and share. So, on a personal and more vulnerable level, I'll share a little bit about what I just experienced to bring a little bit of understanding to the video and the message that I would like to present here. About 2+ years ago, I was involved in a lot of ego and a lot of self-gratification and situations where everything came from a place of looking external, and everything was about the external. There was no sense of looking inside. There was only looking outside for solutions to heal the wounds that were encompassing my whole body and literally causing physical manifestations in my body of dis-ease. And this illusion of the external is what a lot of people have been caught up in. I mean, for anybody before their conscious spiritual awakening, or anybody who's maybe watching this video who's just gone through this conscious awakening, is we learn that the external is just a reflection of the internal. And what we're learning right now, and in correlation outside of the personal aspect of this video and just what this video is really about, is how we're being called to let go. We're being called to let go of everything that we once knew to be true, right? We're being called to accept what's happening, embrace what's happening, and let go of everything that used to identify us. On a personal level, the way that I used to look external was that I would consume, whether that be relationships or friendships, material items. I would consume and look external for escape, even through friendships, distractions, things that were outside of me that I thought could heal me, but actually had no way to heal me. As we're shifting paradigms and releasing this old version of what we used to be and who we used to be, we're facing this collective ego death, right? We're facing this collective identification of how we used to be and what we used to be, and learning that it's not who we are and that it doesn't serve us. And we're beginning to learn, who are we without these external circumstances? What do we do if we don't have these external ways to look? What do we do if we don't have these distractions? What do we do if we don't have the food that we want? What do we do if we can't purchase material goods? What do we do if we can't see relationships that are so far outside of us? What do we do? We have to look within. And this isn't comfortable. Looking within is not always comfortable, especially if you have a lot of wounding. The more distracted that you've been, the more you've looked external, likely the more wounding that you have. Likely the more you have seeked outside of yourself for satisfaction, the more hurt you are inside, because you've been searching and looking to these external things to heal these wounds. Going back to the beginning of this situation, or this video where I explained a situation that I used to experience. Today I found myself tired of moving from one thing to the next. And I realized that was part of a coping mechanism that I had, was constantly doing work, doing this, doing that, instead of, sitting with my wounds and looking inside. Instead of looking inside to see what was wrong, or not even what was wrong, but what was holding me back. And when I sat down and I looked inside, it was pretty dark, right? It can be dark when we have to look inside, and we've been looking outside for our entire lives. The shadows can seem like they could overtake us, right? That's why we look outside, is because it is so damn scary sometimes to look within and look at your woundings and look at what's happened in your life to cause you to feel such pain, I get it. I really get it. But the powerful thing about releasing this old paradigm and looking within to bring in the new paradigm is that you see that shadow is not who you are. You see that your wounds are not who you are. You see that your trauma is not who you are. You see that they are experiences that you've gone through. But you see that they do not define you, and that you don't have to hold on to them. That you don't have to continue to look outside to distract yourself from them. That you can take the courage and bravery now to look within, to see and sit with those traumas, with those greatest fears and wounds that you've endured, and you can bring them into the light. That is shifting and releasing the old paradigm, because it's releasing the old paradigm within. It's releasing the old ways that you used to cope with your hurt feelings. Because by you looking within, that ripples out collectively. People can feel it when you have healed. People can feel it when you have looked within and you have faced your shadow and you've shined light on it. People can feel that. I can feel that. Sometimes we feel like looking within doesn't help collectively. Sometimes we feel like it's just selfish to, look at ourselves, but it heals the collective when you look within, because it starts within, because there is no external. It is a reflection. It is a holographic projection of what's inside. So once you look inside and you stop distracting yourself with the external, and you get really deep inside and you look at the things that are haunting you and hurting you, bringing you down, and you see them and you hold them and you love them, your external will shift. As a literal example of this, when I started to go inside and feel my feelings, it went from being sunny and blue skies to cloudy and snowy. Now that I've looked within and healed it and I'm speaking about it, it's a blue sky and there's sun out again. So that's a direct example of how when you go inside and you heal, it shows externally. And if we all looked within and healed our wounds, which aren't just ours, they're collective. A lot of the wounds that I was enduring today and looking at it as a sisterhood collective wound. It's not just mine. Other people endure this too. So by looking within and healing that within yourself, you're healing that within the collective. It's not just for you, it's for all. So when we take this courage to let go of the old paradigm, to let go of the old ways of being, it shifts things. And it can be hard because this old paradigm, the illusion, right? Illusions are hard to let go of because you think that they satisfy you and you think that they are real. So letting go of what you think is real, letting go of what you think is reality can be hard because you don't know what could else. You don't know what reality could be. You don't know anything but the illusion. It's like Plato's allegory of the cave. It's where people are in a cave and they're only looking to the wall and they don't see that there's an outside. They begin to think that this wall is their reality, that there's all that there is. They don't know that there's an outside. That is what the old paradigm is. That is what the old illusionary paradigm is. It is people looking one way and thinking that is the only way. By looking inside, we are looking outside in this scenario. We are looking the other way. We're seeing another way. We're seeing beyond the cave. We're seeing beyond this illusion. Because when we go inside, we realize that this does not exist. We realize that this exists. So release. It can be hard sometimes to let go of all that you once knew. It can hurt. It can feel like death because, it is an ego death. It's the death of who you used to be or what you used to think reality is. But death in itself is an illusion. It is a transition, a movement from one stage to the next. And that is what will happen when you face your wounds and you look inside and you transmute them, you alchemize them. That is what looking inside does. It alchemizes your wounds. It turns the shadow into light in yourself and in the world. So I encourage you now to look within, to release your grip and stronghold on the world. Release the distractions and the things that you used to turn to, because most of them aren't even there anymore for you to turn to. Your option is to now continue to play this external reality until it continues to crumble even more, that you're forced to look within, or choose to look within now and be an awakener. Take on your role, your responsibility as an awakened one, as one that chose to help, so that you can show other people how to do this too. You are powerful, and your wounds and traumas are what makes you powerful when you know how to alchemize them, when you've looked inside and transmuted them. You can do this. I promise you that.